Brandin Cooks to the Dallas Cowboys. He lucks out leaving the team with the number one pick to play with the team that's going to finish number one this season. That's what Brandin Cooks is going to do. He was the 20th pick. He played for the Texans at some point as the 20th pick. It is Texans that has Gematria 20. Now, he was drafted by the Saints. New Orleans, of course, is located at the 18th state in the Union, and it is Brandin Cooks that will win the Super Bowl at Las Vegas. It is the host Raiders who last won the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 18. It is Cooks, that's Gematria 63. He's going to be Buffalo. Buffalo is 63. Cooks is Gematria Bills, is Gematria Vegas. It's another weapon for Dak Prescott. This is a sleeper acquisition. Brandin Tawan Cooks is Gematria of the last NFC winner of the Super Bowl. Brandin Tawan Cooks lost Super Bowl 53 as a member of the LA Rams. He wins the Super Bowl just over 60 months later, 5 years and 8 days later. We've seen the same sequence with Stephon Gilmore winning Super Bowl 53, now with the Cowboys. Brandin Cooks was on the opposite end of the Super Bowl. He will be 1-1 in the Super Bowl by winning on the 11th day of February. That's what Brandin Cooks is going to do. And indeed, Brandin Cooks noticed something. He had a total of 44 games played with the Houston Texans. He joins the next champions of the NFL. Champions is Gematria 44. He has 49 touchdowns in the regular season receiving in his career. Eagles were the NFC's last representative last year. It's Dallas, that's Gematria 49. Dallas is 13. LA is 13. Brandin Cooks, his Super Bowl statistics. All-time, Brandin Cooks had a long of 24 yards. He's going to play in the Super Bowl in the year 24. He had 13 targets. He's going to be in the Super Bowl with Dallas next time. Dallas is Gematria 13. That's what Brandin Cooks is going to do right here in this upcoming Super Bowl. 60 months later, 5 years and 8 days, he's playing the Super Bowl again. It is the Dallas Cowboys that has Gematria 58. Remember, it's Oakland where the Raiders came from. It's Oakland, that's Gematria 58. That's going to be significant as well. 60 months later, he wins the Super Bowl at Allegiant Stadium. Allegiant Stadium is 60. He was nicknamed the Archer while with the LA Rams. Las Vegas is 86. The Archer is Gematria 86. Prescott's 35 and 116. The Texans 116 and 35. Brandin Gematria 35. Patrick Mahomes, who won the last Super Bowl, has 35 postseason touchdowns. This is going to tie into Dak Prescott winning the Super Bowl as well. When you see that 35 Gematria connection associated with the Houston Texans. And it is the Houston Texans that does have Gematria 66, the Gematria of title, if we want to be very specific. He did play in Super Bowl 53. It is the Raiders that are hosting this year's Super Bowl. The Raiders is Gematria 53. Brandin Cooks in the slot as a receiver. 13 games last year. Dallas is Gematria 13. He's going to win the championship. That's what he's going to do right there in this upcoming season. And notice too, Super Bowl 58, he's played 58 games in the regular season. That's 29, that's 45, that's 58 right there. 6 postseason games, Cowboys 6 championship. He's going to get on the scoreboard. It's going to be a tribute when he does. His next postseason reception is going to be number 30 for his postseason career. The Cowboys win their first championship since Super Bowl 30. It is Cowboys at Gematria 30. So Gilmore's 30th regular season interception is going to tie into the Cowboys' last championship in in Super Bowl 30. It's we see the 30 associated with Brandin Cooks' postseason stats, and then of course Stephon Gilmore's regular season INT totals for his career. And so you see, he was drafted by New Orleans. New Orleans is gematria 45. It's the Cowboys that has gematria 45. He was drafted by the Saints. Saints is gematria 19. The Davis family owns the Raiders, who are hosting the series title. It's Davis that has gematria 19. So overall, a championship awaits this Dallas Cowboys wide receiver. He's going to be a very fine contribution to what Mike McCarthy has to offer on offense. And you know, just 20 weeks after his birthday, he wins the scripted Super Bowl championship. 20 weeks. And 20, of course, is the gematria of Texans, is the gematria of Brandin Cooks being the 20th pick in the draft. 20 weeks after his birthday, he wins the championship, Mr. Brandin Cooks. And again, because we see Gilmore and Cooks associated with Super Bowl 53, he was involved in a 13-3 game. Well, his next Super Bowl is going to be at the Stadium of the Silver and Black, over at Las Vegas, Nevada. That is when he's going to win the Super Bowl as a member of the Dallas Cowboys. 5-3 Super Bowl record. The Dallas Cowboys. Super Bowl 53. That is what we have to really consider when we break it all down in the grand scheme of things. He was a 240th overall prospect in his class. That's got a lot of 24 associated with it. 66 receptions, titles, gematria 66. Overall, it's looking very, very, very great for Brandin Cooks. Stockton, Oregon State, player bios, always holds a lot of meaning. Stockton is gematria 27. A Stockton-born wide receiver is going to help the Dallas Cowboys win after 27 seasons without winning, when they defeat Buffalo in the Super Bowl, because Stockton has gematria Buffalo. And then you can do Oregon State is college football. Oregon State gematria 49. Dallas gematria 49. Oregon State, it's 139 days from his birthday to the Super Bowl. He's gonna cook it up. Brandin Cooks is gonna definitely cook something up for the Dallas Cowboys in the receiving game, in the kickoff, in the punt return game. 630 receptions, 6-3 record, Super Bowl Dallas Cowboys. We see a lot of action right here with Brandin Cooks. 24 touchdowns, college football, year 24, wins Super Bowl 38 starts in college. Raiders are hosting the Super Bowl. Raiders is gematria of Cooks playing at the state of Oregon college football. Oregon gematria 74-38. Brandin Cooks winning the Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys. Doesn't win with the LA Rams, but he does win with the Dallas Cowboys. The Rams does have gematria of the Cowboys winning their first title since Super Bowl 30. That's the meaning of his team association right here.